Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another night of casting here on Neo Dota. Tonight we've got the Alienware Arena. This is the round of 16. It's a best-of-3 series between the world-famous Fnatic North America. Of course, they're up against right now Glory Push Mid, a really good team name that I really enjoy. Thanks for joining us here tonight. I am Maut. With me is absolutely nobody because it's, what, a Wednesday, Tuesday night, and nobody really wants to co-cast, which is fine, understandable. I mean, people have real lives, obviously, so hopefully you don't judge me too harshly on the fact that I do not have a co-caster. Thank you very much for joining me here. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you have a great game. Of course, Fnatic, I've casted quite a bit. I actually casted them through the entirety of the Gosu Cup America, which was a lot of fun, I gotta say. I got to see a lot of Fnatic. I think I casted them for something else as well as of recently. I cannot remember what it was. Regardless, it doesn't matter. They played a really, really good game, and we pretty much saw in every game they had a Sven pickup and Whitebeard on the Templar Assassin. Whether they go that again or not, I remains to be seen. They're going to ban out the Magnus with the Wisp, two very strong bans early on, and of course Undying banned out on the side of GPM, which is that's a really cool acronym too for your name. Glory Push Mid is a good name in itself, but the fact that the acronym is GPM, of course, being gold per minute in the Dota community and Dota world, I think that's pretty neat. So the next ban actually will be the Bounty Hunter, which will leave the Bat Rider be picked up and available, and Fnatic will go ahead and take that. Strong hero, we saw it last night be very effective in many different situations, of course, with my friend Jay. You can check out the VODs for the CDL matchup that was UC Berkeley versus UC Berkeley versus Texas A&M. It was a lot of fun. Check those VODs out on YouTube.com/NeoDota2. Meanwhile, GPM will pick up the Sven and the Darkseer, which is a whole lot of rape, and I mean, that's going to be tough for Fnatic to deal with. We'll have to see. I mean, what are they going to do to combat this? Of course, they won't be able to get either of those heroes, both very strong. Probably pick up the Templar Assassin because they do have that Bat Rider. They're not really afraid of the counter towards the Templar Assassin at this point in time. Of course, Darkseer has that Iron Shell, which is nice to break off that refraction, but that's sort of more of a situational counter to the Templar Assassin. Will they pick it up? I mean, Whitebeard loves to play that hero. I mean, they're going to pick up Jakiro with the first one. They do have that second pickup, a very strong hero in Jakiro, setting up positioning, which would probably mean if they pick up the Templar Assassin, they'll send Bat Rider into the offlane, and all they have to do is to make a tri-lane and get a carry involved in that tri-lane. So we'll have to see. Now, if I am a little, my voice is a little cracky or, it sounds weird, it's probably because I'm sick right now. I'm getting over bronchitis and, just an upper chest respiratory infection. Enigma will be the next pickup here from the side of Fnatic, interestingly enough. I like this pickup because if you get vacuumed into Sven, you could just black hole immediately, and I think that's a good pickup there to counter that Sven pick. But then again, Sven and Darkseer is a very dangerous combination. We've seen it before, specifically in DreamHack. If you watch the EG versus Navi game, they picked it up in Fear and Demon, of course, on the Sven and the Darkseer respectively. Got an Ultra Kill, I think it was, almost a Rampage. Leshrac got the pickup here for GPM, and so that's going to be the stun that needs to be set up, of course, with that Split Earth, and they'll have probably a tri-lane, I imagine, with one more support. They do need a mid-hero as well. So Darkseer will probably be in the offlane, and we'll see Leshrac and Sven with another support. We'll have to see which one it is. It's not going to be the Jakiro or Undying, obviously, or the Ruby, because those are all banned out, or the Wisp even. So smart for Fnatic to ban Wisp, realizing that that's Sven. If they didn't go for Sven first, it was going to be taken eventually, and Bat Rider, of course, was their first decision to make. And they give up the Sven in that regard. We'll have to see how that's going to affect them at all. If at all, I should say. And a few more bans going to come out here from the side of GPM. And now this is the second round of the playoffs for the Alienware Arena. I believe the other team that is of big note is, of course, Dignitas. They're the only other professional team, I believe, in the bracket. I'll have to take a look at that during the break and let you guys know if that's correct or not. Faceless Void going to be the ban here from the side of GPM, realizing that, hey, that's a pretty good counter to Sven right now, but I would not be surprised to see a Lifestealer pick up here from Fnatic. I mean, that's something that a lot of people are doing. They realize that Lifestealer is just such a strong hero, so tanky, so he can just dish out a lot of damage as well. Saw it in the last night's game as well. It was a lot of fun to see that. Two bans for both teams right now. We're going to get into Fnatic's ban in just a moment. So there's going to be that. Whatever they decide to pick up, I'm not sure. Or ban out for that in that regard. Two more bans to go. And they're going to start using the reserve time here. The first one will be Disruptor. A nice pickup there. A good, could be potent with that tri-lane with Sven and Leshrac. And, of course, the kinetic field on any of the heroes on the side of Fnatic could be very frustrating. On top of the fact that Static Storm and stuff like that. So we'll have to see. I mean, they have plenty of other supports to choose from right now. You can think of a million. Templar Assassin's still available, which is weird. I think if they let this get through... I certainly think Fnatic will pick it up unless they ban it out right now. But if they can get that Templar Assassin, I think they'll be in a position where they have all the heroes they really want, despite the fact that there's a Sven and Darkseer on the opposing team, and even Leshrac. This is a really push-heavy team, which is what I like about GPM. And, I'm not sure about Fnatic right now. I think that, they get Templar Assassin. That's a lot of single-target damage, but at the same time, they have the Enigma with that Firefly up, and the Batrider could be a lot of team-fighting potential, and we'll have to see. It's going to take some time for this lineup to really sink in. Obviously, we have 2 more bans to go and then 2 picks for both teams, and then that will be the finish of the Captain's Mode here in Alienware Arena. This is the round of 16. My name is Maut. Thank you for joining me here on Neo Dota. You can follow me at MautDota2, M-A-U-T Dota2. It should be up here in the corner if you'd like to check that out. Reserve time, once again, being used for Fnatic. They've got plenty of time, though, about a minute left in reserve time, so not taking too much time here. GPM, what are they going to go is the question. They have a Sven, a Darkseer, and a Leshrac. Darkseer will be in that offlane. Like I said, they need a mid-hero. Queen of Pain could be something that they look forward to. It gets that positioning. There's no stun, though, for that Enigma as of yet. I mean, the Stormhammer, obviously, but, if you're a ranged hero, you might want to go for a stun, something of that nature. Well, they have Leshrac, which is good as well, but, of course, BKB Enigma might be a consideration. They will ban out here the Beastmaster, which is interesting. I don't know if that's really the best ban because Darkseer's probably going to be in the off lane, and I think Beastmaster, honestly, he could be sent mid, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Beastmaster will probably, he might have been picked up there, but I think Lich might have been a better ban in this situation just because they need another support, and Lich does have that mini stun for the black hole to cancel through that BKB. That mini stun, if it does hit Enigma, it will cancel the black hole, so you have to make sure you understand that much at least. So one more ban here. Lone Druid and Void are already banned out on the side of GPM. I think they need to ban out Templar Assassin here. If they don't, I very much expect to see the Templar Assassin picked up for Fnatic. But you never know. They might just say, fuck it. Templar Assassin, what's that? I don't need it. Who cares? Broken Hero? I don't think so. In fact, you guys can have it. I don't think they want to ban it because I think the real GPM can get away with not banning it. They might be able to pick it up, but I don't know if Fnatic will let that happen. Knowing how much Whitebeard plays Templar Assassin, I'm pretty sure they're heavily invested in this next ban. It's going to be a Tidehunter ban, interestingly enough. This does leave room for Templar Assassin. If they don't pick it up here, I think it will certainly go to GPM. Well, actually, maybe not because GPM has Fnatic has Batrider, so I don't know if they'll decide to go for it or not. You never know. Let's wait and see. Reserve time going to be used, maybe. We're at 13 seconds left in regular pick time here for Fnatic, a team that I'm very fond of. Rolo casted with me during SECS, as they like to call it, 2 weeks ago. It was a lot of fun. Play with him occasionally. Gonna start playing some CSGO with him, hopefully. That game's pretty fun. And it's the Windrunner pickup, so they do forego the Templar Assassin. Does GPM pick up the Templar Assassin? Do they dare? Do they dare pick this up against the Batrider? I like this pickup, this Windrunner. Actually, this is interesting because they already have the Batrider for maybe an off lane. Now, this is really weird how they're going to lane this. In fact, I'm not even going to try to really theorycraft this. Knowing Fnatic, I think they are trying to try out some new sort of strategies here, which I think is a pretty good idea, especially against opponents that you... Well, no one really knows GPM. At least I certainly don't know GPM. And I haven't seen them in SECS. I haven't seen them in SECS. Of course, there was sort of a playoff system here, or excuse me, a point system here to get into the playoffs. So I don't know how well GPM did. I don't even know if Fnatic played them in the group stages. We'll have to find out. How well they know each other is pretty important. Also, I don't know anything about GPM. I know a bit about Fnatic, but GPM, of course, is a new face on the scene, and they could be a big team here if they beat up on Fnatic right now, but that's going to be difficult. It's going to be a task. However, they have the tools to do so with the Sven and the Darkseer. Going to go into reserve time for their next pickup here. They have 2 left. There's 1 more on the side of Fnatic. There's the Lifestealer pickup. Wow. Okay. So that's really interesting. They pick up the Sven and Lifestealer. I think they did that just so that Fnatic couldn't pick it up, and I think Fnatic now is in a little bit of a weird position where you're like, well, what then? Okay, we don't have Lifestealer. Who do we pick up? We don't have a Void. Weren't expecting that pickup. So I think Sven actually might be used as more of a support role here, and Lifestealer getting that farm. And Sven going back to that support role like we've seen in previous days of Dota, I should say, back in the old days, back when it was 6.74 or even before that. So that being said, we will get into reserve time for Fnatic. I think they're a little thrown aback by this pick here. I certainly am. I think how they're going to lane this now changes significantly. I think that it'll actually still be Sven, Leshrac, and Lifestealer in a tri-lane, but I think Lifestealer will be getting all the farm, and Sven will just be initiating with his stun and things of that nature. This could backfire, but at the same time, this could be a genius pickup. Meanwhile, Naga Siren, the pickup here for Fnatic, a hero that, in conjunction with an Enigma, is a lot of fun and pretty easy to land some sweet black holes with. So we'll have to see how GPM just, really deals with this aggression, how they deal with the ultimates from both of those heroes. Of course, with the bat, what are they doing? They're picking a Doombringer as well. There's like 3 carries right now, and like 1 hard support. They have like no mid heroes. This is strange. They're probably going to dual mid at this point. They're probably going to send like Sven, Leshrac dual mid, Darkseer into the off lane, and then I don't know. This is weird. I have no idea what the hell is happening. So don't even ask me to theorycraft. On the side of Fnatic, though, I think I can say that it's going to be Batrider mid, Jakiro, and the Naga Siren probably in a dual lane, Windrunner in the off lane, and of course Enigma in that jungle area. So they will have a dual lane. I mean, this is just the weirdest lineup I think ever for GPM. I don't know how this is going to work. I mean, you've got 3 carries. You probably don't have enough room to get all the farm. This is pretty much going to make it so that Darkseer is going to get like very little farm unless they give him a solo lane. Sven probably also will get very little farm, I imagine. Leshrac, of course, will probably be played as that number 5 role, which is interesting to say the least. So this is like, I don't want to say these picks are bad because I don't know how they're going to lane it, but if they lane it in a really awkward way, then I'm definitely going to say, yeah, these picks are bad. So be prepared for that to happen. We'll have to see. Getting into the game, on the side of GPM, we have Shawnee on the Doombringer, Nurkad on the Leshrac. We'll have Doomsday on the Sven. We're going to have Smog on the, on the Lifestealer, and heading bottom right now, we're going to have Weight of Mutilation, a nice Pixie song on the Darkseer. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for one on the side of Fnatic. On the side of Fnatic, we will have Smurf on that Naga Siren on that one roll. We're going to have Whitebeard heading, maybe even mid on the Enigma. Rolo will be on the Jakiro, Tobacco on the Batrider, and Derp on the Windrunner. Actually, I don't know how they're going to do this. Courier is picked up here. Nice little Courier. I think it's pretty awesome. 4-man gang train coming top right now. Looking, maybe going to try to spot out any sort of observer wards that are going to be placed here. Unfortunately, Fnatic is nowhere nearby. Not surprisingly, really. They're going to have Whitebeard probably deny creep here from the mid or the top lane. We'll have to see. Down in the bottom lane, it will be Smurf and Rolo up on that Jakiro. Of course, that'll be a nice dual lane against Wave of Mutilation on the Darkseer. He's got Sage's Mask, 6 tangos, and a Clarity. He's going to ward right here, and he's actually going to ward the pull spot as well, which is frustrating for the Radiant side because this is really the only pull spot here, whereas on the Dire side, of course, you can pull the small creep camp and then pull it into the big creep camp as well. So, as well as this medium creep camp here. We'll have to see if this does affect them. Does Rolo have sentries? He absolutely does. He's going to know that this pole camp has been warded up. Whether he finds the ward or not, I'm not sure. It's placed in a very good location. This is going to be difficult to find, I think. So we'll have to see if it is found out here, and if it's not, that it's going to be Smurf probably. He actually went for a Stout Shield, surprisingly enough, because it's not an aggressive tri-lane. He can get relative free farm right now and usually go for a Coiling Blade against relative free farm, but I don't know if they knew that it's not going to be an aggressive tri-lane here. And Shawnee is in the jungle currently. I think he's going to like stack and pull at this point in time. Dual lane top with Doomsday here, as well as the Leshrac. It looks like mid is going to be the Lifestealer, interestingly enough. Yeah. He's going to go for Feast early on, and no rage means that it's going to be difficult for him to get away if Tobacco decides to go for an early kill here. We'll have to see what happens. Bottom lane, Smurf is going to have 2 last hits, 3 on the side of Enigma already. So Whitebeard might even actually try to pull here into this mid lane, and Smog actually going to skill up that rage, which will, I believe, get that the Batrider sticking napalm off of him, which is nice to have. So we'll have to see how this does work. Actually, Tobacco taking a bit of damage here from the creeps right now. I'll back off. He's got a bunch of tangos. He's going to have a very quick bottle, by the way, because he only got tangos and, GG branches. Sentry ward is going to be placed down to... Rollo is going to look for this ward. I don't think he's going to find it. He's going to have to cut down some trees in order to do so, unfortunately. He's actually going to Ice Path. It's not going to provide you the vision that you need on any of these. He's looking for it, still not going to find it. The tower is going to get pushed, or at least the wave, I should say, is going to get pushed because of the Iron Shell, however, so they really don't need to pull at this point. Perhaps later, though, I imagine. He does find it, though, with nice uses of an Ice Path, so that's a really good job by Rollo. He's going to counter ward that immediately, so a nice spot there from the side of GPM, but excellent play by Rollo with that Ice Path to get that vision. Very good stuff there. 11 last hits going for the Enigma, as well as the Naga Siren, who's got 12 right now. Sven only sitting on 9, getting harassed by this Windrunner. Of course, Windrunner is still a good offlaner, as you can see. So, Windrunner with 4 last hits of her own, 7 last hits on the Nakes in the mid lane, and Tobacco's getting the better of him just by 3 at this point. He's got 10 of his own. Bottle's finished up for him. Smog, not going to go for that. He does have the Magic Stick, which you see against every Bat Rider mid nowadays, and of course, Whitebeard, kind of low right now. He's going to be getting that Soul Ring recipe. He's actually going to get this regen rune as well, and there's going to be ward pop out here from Rollo, which is going to give him this vision. So far, not a whole lot of aggression early on. We'll have to see how this plays out. There's going to be more Ion Shells from Wave of Mutilation. I feel like if you're going to keep using the Ion Shell, then what's the point of throwing down a ward here, because you're just going to be pushing the wave anyways. So I'm not sure if this wave eventually does get pushed out if he stops using the Iron Shell as consistently. Naga with 1,000 gold in the bank has 2 salves in her inventory right now, 20 last hits. So Smurf doing an excellent job. Of course, he is the one player for a professional team. I'm not surprised to see him have decent farm right now, especially against the solo darks here, and not a big shock there. Sven, on the other hand, level 3 right now with 15 last hits. He's not too far behind. He needs to get some tower hits last hits right now, and he's going to do so. He's going to get harassed, though, from, of course, Derp playing that offlane position very well. He's actually got 800 gold in the bank. We'll probably buy some boots up. There he goes. In fact, does do so. Open wounds on Bat Rider. He'll be just fine for the time being. Boots will come for Tobacco. And once that lasso goes, you can maybe expect to see a gank here on lifesteal, regardless of if he has rage or not, because, of course, lasso does go through the BKB, that magic immunity. We'll have to make sure we keep an eye on that. Wave of Mutilation backing off from the lane real quick. And yeah, actually Derp in some sort of trouble here. He's going to get away. I think there was a Split Earth popping out, and of course the Edict damage. So Derp barely surviving right now. He's going to salve up, and he'll be able to get back into the fight. He's actually got a Ring of Basilius as well, which will give him that damage and that mana regen as well. And he's actually going to try to right-click. There's going to be Split Earth. Derp going to take some damage, but he'll be fine. I think that was a nice defensive Split Earth there against the Leshrac. So I think if Derp gets some 3 more shots, he can actually get a kill, but he's not going to chase. He's going to zone out everybody he can, though, so nice job there. Coming around from the side is Rollo, going to look for maybe an Ice Path. And Snare going to fly as well. Body block. There's going to be some damage. A lot of damage going there. Iron Shell going to fly, going to do some damage, but this should be the death, and this should be first blood going for the side of Smurf. In fact, will get the kill. Excellent kill there. Nice body block, barely from Rollo, but good body block nonetheless. Didn't need to use his Ice Path until after the Ensnare was going to go on off the Darkseer. So nice kill there. And Smurf is going to get a lot more gold because of that. He's going to go the Arcane Boots build, unsurprisingly, on that Naga Siren. We'll have to see what he builds next. He's got a bit of money, but it's going to take him some time as well. 33 last hits right now at 4 minutes. Pretty good stuff for Smurf. It pretty much means that he's gotten like almost all of the last hits here in this lane. Illusion Rune is going to be picked up here for Smog. Not going for a bottle because he is that life stealer, but generally you see most mid heroes go for a bottle. This time around, not going to happen. He doesn't really need the HP regen. If anything, would be for the mana regen, which he's not using too much of at this point in time. Tobacco, on the other hand, he's got his boots, he's got a bottle, he's also got a TP scroll, which is very important. He's going to need that to rotate in the event that Derp does get in some trouble up here, or in fact they do rotate down bottom and looking for a kill here on this Naga Siren. Smurf and Rollo now going to be pushing the tower. Sven doing okay in last hits. He's 25, so he's about 11 behind, so he's starting to lose pace with Fnatic right now and the rest of the team. So, but the thing is, you do have a Sven, you've got an Nyx, and they're both getting decent amount of farm here right now. Of course, that's leaving Shawnee to jungle as a Doombringer, which I guess is working okay for him. He's got about 11 last hits. It's not the fastest thing in the world. And this is where it's starting to get, like, sort of questionable. He's got Tornado from the Wildkin Warchief, but other than that, he doesn't have a whole lot of other, like... He doesn't have a whole lot of other last hits here, and his gold per minute is actually down at 177 for a carry. Not really where you want it to be, but I like the idea of picking up the Doombringer. The silence is going to be really nice against that Enigma. I think it's a big pickup there for that hero specifically, or even the Naga. But that is going to require some, well, excellent timing, unfortunately. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to do that. Right now, Smurf picking up what seems to be a Ring of Health. I'm not sure what it's going to build into. Maybe a Vanguard. We'll have to see. Smurf can build defensively first, or he can go for a little more damage. We'll have to check out. Meanwhile, top lane, they're actually going to get a kill here with Batrider on the Sven. Tobacco rotating up with that lasso. They're going to get more damage here. Edict going to fly out as well. Tobacco taking a lot of damage. He's got a bottle charge. He's going to use it right now out of the tower range. Should be okay to go. At this point in time, he does need to be careful. Another rotation in here and a stun or something could kill him. He'll back off, he'll pop his second battle charge, and he'll be just fine. So good kills there. Getting 2 on the side of GPM, and Fnatic right now is absolutely in control. Meanwhile, again coming around from behind, there's going to be Whitebeard. He's got Black Hole if he wants to use it. I don't think he will. There's going to be a nice ice path as well, and that's going to be the kill. Enigma getting that one, and they're going to pressure this tower right now. So 4-0. Fnatic showing that they are the more veteran team at this point in time. GPM with their picks, maybe not the best pickup here for Doombringer. Shawnee's actually very low from this creep camp. He's going for Ring of Regen. Looks like he'll have Tranquil Boots in just a second, but well, that's not going to be a whole lot of farm. He's only like level 5, I think. Yeah, against level 7 Tobacco, who's here. He's actually maybe going to block this creep camp spawn. He might turn around and try to go on him, but he doesn't have a lasso, so we'll have to see. He's actually just checking out the jungle. This is stacked. He's going to ping it out. Tobacco is going to maybe take it. He's going to put some napalm strikes on it and probably take the camp himself, which is going to be a huge deal if he can take it. Bottom tower is actually taking the tier 2 as well. Fnatic trying to push this as quickly as possible, essentially. And, well, there's not much they can do. They need to really rotate in here, but of course both heroes are level 6 and they can set up whatever they want at this point. Tobacco's actually going to get the kill on the Batrider, even without the lasso. I think the Doombringer was very low in health right there, so unfortunate for Shawnee to go down like that. Tier 3 being pressured right now. Will they take this tier 3? Will there be a rotation in? Do they even have TPs is the question. No. And no, so probably not. I mean, they're running back home, but right now GPM is a position where they honestly are just getting stomped at this point. And all respect to GPM, they're trying their hardest, I'm sure, but yeah, it's like 5,000, almost 7,000 gold right now, and Smog is going to come in here, might get a kill on Rolo. Nice ice path, but it doesn't matter. He is raged up. Smurf is in next. A lot of damage. There's the Infest as well, and the Naga Siren will pop the ultimate and try to get out of there. Whitebeard doesn't want to use Black Hole right now. Smurf trying to stay in range. He can't TP out just yet. He's just going to keep running. GPM will try to pursue. Iron Shell on Smog. He's actually kind of fast. He does have his treads, but I think that's where he's going to stop. So they get the one kill, though. They defend the... Actually, no, the tier 3 is gone, so that's unfortunate. They lose the tier 3 for a hero trade. Probably not the best trade they wanted, but things do happen. Derp still getting farm here on the side lane, and Sven trying his best to get some farm for himself. He's actually going to pull a creep wave, or creep camp into the creep wave. It's not stacked up, though, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Kind of low in health right now. Vanguard was the choice for Smurf, so he's going to be pretty tanky early on, and now he'll build towards damage, I'm sure. He's got plenty of farm at this point, so... Excuse me. Mid lane, Small going to go on Tobacco. Tobacco taking a bit of damage, and Rage is going to go away in just a second. Tobacco not going to try to turn. Excuse me again. He's got a blink dagger. There's the blink onto Smog. Smog kind of in some trouble right now. There's going to be Riptide as well, and the Incendiary going as well. There's the Ice Path to follow up, and Smog might get out of here alive just because of his tankiness from the Helm of the Iron Will, giving you that plus armor, of course, and he's going to get Malefice. They're actually going to try to dive for this kill. If there was any rotations from the side of GPM, he would definitely survive, and he still is surviving somehow. Power shot. There's the Black Hole. Nice Black Hole on Doomsday, but it doesn't matter. Split it because he's going to catch Whitebeard out. Wow, nice shack shot on it too. A lot of damage going there. Doomsday might go down, will do so. So they get 2 kills. They use the Black Hole, although it wasn't as effective, and maybe they're going to get less rack. They're trying to stay in and fight, but they're kind of low health, so they're not going to stay here too much longer. Doombringer going to try to rotate in. He's still on level 5, so he can't do too much. If he had Doom, that might be better, but unfortunately he's just not. He's going to get level 6 right as they back off. So 7-1, they get in, I mean, GPM doesn't get any kills despite the fact that they all rotated in. Fnatic was just so strong, the tankiness of the Naga Siren, of course, and both heroes, you know, all these heroes really being able to survive. The Enigma was very close to going down, but he's got that Ogre Club making him a little bit more tanky, fortunately for him. And Fnatic is poised. They're in the driver's seat right now. All they need to do is pretty much keep farming, keep getting the fights that they're getting, and consistently just win these fights and push in and try to win. I mean, they already have a tier 3 at, what, like 8 minutes in the game they had it probably? The only tier 1 that isn't gone is the top lane, but that could go quickly. Tobacco's here going after Shawnee. Blink out, though. There's 4 heroes here on the side of GPM. So Tobacco will try to get away as quickly as possible. Rolo throwing down a sentry ward here in the mid lane currently. Top lane, Derp at this point, still getting plenty of farm. Almost 2,000 gold for him. That's going to be a lot of gold, and maybe a 4-staff. We'll have to see what he decides to go for. Whitebeard going to go for that BKB, just needs the Mithril Hammer, so about 1,300 gold away from that-ish. Well, more like 1,400, but that's alright. Doomday only with treads, the Nakes I think as well, but has that Helm of the Iron Will, trying to build that armlet, and there's going to be a long-range Stormhammer onto Tobacco. Ice Path will stop their aggression for the moment, for the time being. Small going to try to take this tower. There's going to be the Edict pop off from Nurkud, and they're going to try to take this tower, but it's not going to happen. It looks like they push back the wave just with these two heroes, so afraid to fight into this is GPM, and they can go in for another attempt, realizing that bottom is Fnatic. Smurf, of course, in the jungle. They don't know that Whitebeard is here. In top lane, they know that Derp's trying to push this tower. They're actually going to rotate up top, but they're not going to TP there. None of them really have TPs. I mean, actually, Shawnee doesn't, but one TP coming in from Smog right now, and Power Shot going to fly off as well. And is it Smaug or Smog? Interesting enough to find out later on. Tobacco, he is going to consistently try to keep pushing mid right now. He's got his Blink Dagger, he's got everything he wants, he's got treads. What will he build towards next? Probably a 4-staff, I'd imagine. Rolo not getting a whole lot, but of course he's Rolo and he's that hard support, so not really a big surprise. Is this going to be a Vlad's, is what it looks like? No, it's actually going to be a mech. So I was wrong there. Tobacco going to initiate with a lasso on Shawnee. The Ice Path barely missing, but it doesn't matter. I think Shawnee's in some trouble. Nice blink from Tobacco, and there's going to be a Doom on Tobacco, followed up by the open wounds. Rolo going to try to TP out. He should be just fine, and he will do so. Tobacco, though, he's kind of silenced right now. He's in some trouble. The Split Earth will barely land. This could be the death of Tobacco. Edict going to fly off as well. This might be his downfall. Will it? Yes, it will. Leshrac getting that kill, so they get the kill on Tobacco. Big kill there. But, of course, Doombringer going down in that jungle as well. So 8-2 the score. GPM, I'm sure, pretty far behind in terms of experience and gold. Yeah, 7,500 right now in terms of experience. Gold about 12,000, unsurprisingly, and this will be more if they get this tower. There's fortification available, a glyph available. They're not using it just quite yet. Smog is going to be around the backside. He's going to try to go on Whitebeard, who has a black hole, by the way. Wave of mutilation very low. Smurf doing a lot of damage as well as the Enigma pylon. There's going to be a nice black hole onto 2. Shackle shot onto Smog as well. The power shot flying as well. Smog should go down here. Yes, he in fact will do so. Windrunner getting that kill. Now Shawnee's in a bad position. Long range snare from Snurf. Shawnee in some trouble there. He's going to try to get a tower death off, but he is going to die. He's actually using his Desolated, no, Scorpion.
That's gotta hurt.
So there's a double kill for Derp, and 3 heroes down on the side of GPM, and this tower should be gone as well. And they honestly cannot win this game now. Smurf is too farmed. He's got Arcane, he's got Vanguard, he's got plenty of gold in the bank. I'm sure he's got 70 last hits as well. 3,000 gold right now in the bank. You can go for Radiance, honestly, and that'd be a disgusting amount of damage at about 13 minutes of the game just because they're so underleveled. You look at the levels here right now. Yeah, I mean 6s and 7s for the rest of the heroes, for most of the heroes I should say, in GPM, so not the best there. And the net worth, obviously, you can see the big discrepancy there. Whitebeard going to try to keep pushing here. He's doesn't have too much health. Does Derp have a mech? He absolutely does. That's what he's going for, not a 4-staff, so not a huge surprise. Smog going to try to maybe initiate. There's a long-range Stormhammer, only getting 1 under Derp. Nice Ice Path, though. Another Shackle going as well. Derp getting hit up by the Split Earth, and there's going to be the Naga Siren ult right now. There's no black hole to follow this up. Smog is raised up, and now he should be stunned up. In fact, they're going to back out of here without losing anything, and Smurf will try to maybe farm a few camps or just head to the try to keep pressure on this lane as of this point right now. Maybe rotate mid, maybe look for something, but honestly, Fnatic is got this in the bag, and it's really only a matter of time before GPM taps out, unless, I mean, they get some huge team fight, which they might do. It's going to be a nice snare onto Smog, and it's going to be a nice Shackle shot as well. Look at how much damage is going out. The Midnight Pulse, the Macropyre, the Riptide. Shawnee will go down as well. Tobacco keep chasing. Windrunner with a double kill, and the lasso to top it all off, and it's now 14-2 with all the tier 2 towers gone, and right now Fnatic in a heavy, really heavy control of this game. But not really too surprised here. This pickup, bad. This Doombringer pickup, not a good pickup in my opinion. And even the Nakes as well, probably not good with this. It didn't work for them. They have like no team fight almost. You think of the team fight they have, it's this guy. And he requires levels to have team fight. He's got 3 in Iron Shell and 1 in Vacuum. That's nothing. He needs Wall of Replica. He needs like level 11 at least. So not the best pickup there. There's going to be a long range Stormhammer getting on 2 right now, but they should be just fine. Shackle going to fly off, hitting 2. A great Shackle from Derp. Oh, good Ice Pass from Rolo. Nurkid is going to take some damage. He will take the fall, absolutely. And now open wounds onto Whitebeard, and Vets going out as well. But there is a mech, and they're going to continue on fighting. So Shawnee and Doomday not as, maybe crazy as looking as they might, be because they have the Iron Stone. They had nice Ice Path again, plus the Power Shot and the Macro Power. There's going to be a double kill for the Backrider with the Flame Dash, getting a triple kill there. And now Smog is in some dire trouble. He's going to head back to the well, and that's going to be a tier 3 and most likely Rax at this point. I'm surprised GG hasn't been called out already. Gotta hand it to GPM. They tried something, it didn't work, and now they've got another game to get it together, or else it's done so for them. They're going to head into the Alienware Arena bracket. So nice play from Fnatic. Unsurprisingly, they've got everything going for them. They've used a black hole or two to ensure and kill, but not really for any team fight purposes. It's not that it matters. Smurf getting plenty of damage here. He's got 5,000 in the bank. Rolo had some excellent ice paths in the previous fight, and similarly, Derp has hit pretty much every single shackle shot in the game. So, got to give it to them. They're going to try to take the next set of racks, and I guess GPM's going to fight till the until the at this point. Ooh, there's going to be God Strength from Sven. They're going to try to go. Shackle Shot not going to latch this time around the first time. Ice Path's going to fly out. Smog in some trouble. Derp's going to use that mech up into back up. Probably going to take a fall. So he will go down. Smog taking a bit of trouble. Backrider going to buy right back into the game. And are they going to back off, though, is the question. Smurf's rather low. They're going to get the kill on the Lifestealer before they do. Darkseer's still kind of squishy. Doomsday trying to look for a stun here. Might find it. TP coming out from Rolo. They're going to head out of here. They will not get the second set of racks, but a Stormhammer flying very long range on Tobacco, who is blinking in. He actually bought Boots of Travel specifically to really just keep the pressure on right now. Meanwhile, Whitebeard is in a very bad position. He's sort of all alone. There's a black hole. Maybe he's actually going to pop BKB. He's silenced, though, unfortunately. So he cannot use that black hole. That was a good silence. Of course, Doom does go through the match community, I'm pretty sure, as you saw, it did go through there. But he's still silenced, still silenced. He actually might go down to this. There's the mech to keep him alive. They're going to kill the Darkseer. Shawnee as well is probably going to go down. Good Doom, though. I mean, that's really what they wanted to accomplish for the rest of the game. Smurf kind of chasing too far. Smog going to rage up. Smurf in some trouble. They're going to get the kill on the Sven. Smog now might go down. This might be an entire team wipe here. And in fact, it will be an entire team wipe. Radiance has finished up for the Naga Tyrant 24-3. Just tap out. Please, for the love of God. They will GG. They will go next. And we will be right back. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Don't show that. Alright, we'll be right back, guys.